Welcome to The Explainer. So you're planning a big international trip. You know that absolute thrill of booking the flights, picking out the hotels, it's just the best feeling. But then it hits you. You realize your passport needs renewing, or maybe you're applying for your very first one. And waiting for that little blue book to arrive before a major trip, well, it can be incredibly nerve-wracking, right? The countdown clock is ticking, and you just want to know that everything is going to be okay.
You send off these highly sensitive documents, your birth certificate, your photos, and suddenly it kind of feels like they've just vanished into some bureaucratic government black box. Will your passport actually arrive in time? Look, it is a super common fear, but today we're taking back control. I'm going to give you a crystal clear chronological roadmap of the entire tracking process, straight from the State Department's official guidance. No more guessing, no more stressing. We are going to light up that black box.
So here is our game plan for today. We'll start with preparing to track, then walk through the exact steps to check online, decode what your status actually means, and finally go over how to handle urgent timelines.
Okay, let's dive right into phase 1, preparing to track.
Before you even open a web browser, you really need to understand the timeline here. Because believe it or not, what you do before you start checking is absolutely crucial for your peace of mind. Day 1 is when you apply, but look at day 14. The State Department actually has a mandatory 2-week buffer built right into their system. It can take up to 14 full days for your application to even become trackable online. So the huge takeaway here? Set your expectations. Do not panic if you check on day 5 and see absolutely nothing. That is perfectly 100% normal. You're just waiting for day 15 and beyond for the digital system to catch up with the physical mail.
Now, when that 2-week mark finally rolls around and you're ready to check, you've got to be prepared. You can't just type in a username and hope for the best. You need to gather some very specific details. Your last name, your date of birth, the last 4 digits of your social security number, and your application information if they requested it. Why is this so vitally important? Because the information you enter online has to perfectly, literally, character for character match your submitted physical application. A simple typo when you apply, or even when you search, can make it look like your passport simply doesn't exist.
Moving right along to Section 2, Steps to Check Online. Now that you've got your perfectly matched info in hand, let's navigate the official portal. I'm going to be your guide here, because honestly, the system is actually really straightforward once you know where you're going. Step 1, you just visit the official U.S. Department of State passport status page. Step 2, read and accept their privacy statement. Step 3 is where all that meticulously gathered information comes into play. Enter your personal details exactly as they appeared on your form, and knock out that CAPTCHA security check. And Step 4, just hit submit. That's it. You're officially past the gatekeeper.
All right, let's get into Section 3, decoding your status.
Once you hit submit, the government system is going to spit out a status update. But, sometimes government jargon can be a bit opaque. So let's translate this into plain English so you know exactly where you stand. First up is not available or no status. If you see this, take a deep breath. As we just talked about, seeing not available early on absolutely does not mean there's a problem. It just reflects that initial 2-week data entry window. Your application is likely sitting completely safe in a mailroom or on a desk somewhere, just waiting to be scanned into the matrix. Next, you might see the status in process. This is the golden middle ground. This means the Department of State has officially received your application, it's logged in their system, and they are actively working on it. This is your standard waiting phase. You really don't need to do a single thing right now unless the government specifically reaches out to you. So just sit tight and let them do their thing.
Now, if you see the status additional information needed, your ears should definitely perk up. Processing is officially paused. The government needs some specific documentation from you. Maybe it's a clearer photo, or maybe you missed a signature on one of the forms. If you get this status, you have to read the instructions they give you incredibly carefully and respond immediately. Seriously, do not drag your feet on this, or you risk completely derailing your travel plans.
Moving on to arguably the absolute best word in the English language when you're waiting for a government document. Approved. The relief. This means the hard bureaucratic part is completely over. Your application was a success, 0 issues, and the physical passport book is currently moving into production and issuance. You are literally almost at the finish line.
And finally, we reach the mailed status. Your brand new passport has officially shipped out. Depending on the service you chose, you might even get a tracking number provided right there. It is incredibly important to note here that once it's mailed, the government's processing time officially ends and the mailing transit time begins. Often, you can track that physical package right from their facility, every step of the way, straight to your front door. Which brings us to our final section,
handling urgent timelines.
But hey, what if you don't have the luxury of time to just casually check a website once a week? Sometimes your departure date is sneaking up fast and you need answers, like yesterday. Now, what's really interesting here is a massive catch that trips up so many travelers. Standard processing time frames completely exclude mailing time. Currently, routine processing is sitting at 4 to 6 weeks, while expedited processing takes 2 to 3 weeks. But listen, they only account for the time the application is physically sitting at a passport center being worked on. You absolutely must factor in the mail transit time on both ends of the journey.
So what if you are really down to the wire and you just don't have weeks to spare? I want you to focus on this number, 14. This is a crucial, dramatic threshold. 14 calendar days is the magic number for qualifying for an urgent travel appointment with the Department of State. If your international flight takes off in less than 2 weeks, the rules of the game completely change.
If you're inside that 14-day window and you still don't have a passport in your hands, do not just sit there and wait for the mail carrier. You have to proactively use the escalation avenues that are out there. You can call the National Passport Information Center to upgrade an existing routine application to expedited. You can use the urgent travel service, or you can actually book an in-person passport agency appointment and get it sorted out face-to-face. Empower yourself to take action here. The system totally allows for it, but you are the one who has to initiate it.
And this brilliantly illustrates the entire journey we've just walked through together, from the very moment you apply, to allowing for that 2-week buffer to enter the system, then viewing your online status with perfectly matched info, watching it move safely from in process to approved, and finally seeing it mailed and tracked right into your hands. When you view the whole life cycle laid out logically like this, the system really doesn't seem quite so intimidating anymore, does it?
So now that you know exactly how to track your document without all the stress and the bureaucracy is expertly handled, the only question left is, where will that little blue book take you next? What is your ultimate dream destination? Start planning, pack those bags, and most importantly, enjoy the trip.